Hey, one more World Entertainment, and as we all know now, we are getting a Witcher 4 game by CD Projekt Red, and we know that Geralt seemingly isn't involved in it at all, that it's going to take Ciri in the direction of becoming the Witcher for the whole game, and the series seemingly moving forward. And of course, there was a fair bit of pushback towards this and a lot of questions. And one question that I think we were all asking was, how does the author of the whole Witcher franchise, how does he actually feel about this? Why would he let this happen? Because he's been very clear before, especially when it came to Netflix doing The Witcher, that he wasn't pleased when they would change the source material. Well, we now have our answer, and it's basically what we were kind of expecting. Yeah, they admit, oh yeah, we didn't even ask him. Yeah, they didn't consult him at all. So, we're going to have a look at this, because it just shows you, don't give up the rights to your property if you have stuff like this. This is this guy's only issue, is he has really no ground to stand on, because he basically sold the rights to The Witcher. Now, I don't think he still owns the books and stuff, but in terms of making games and the shows and stuff, he doesn't really have much say. But you would still talk with him, and of course, knowing that the books are so beloved and everything else, and that the first few games did stay quite faithful to it, you would think they would, try and honour it. But no, that doesn't seem to be the case now. They seem to be going, no, we're going in our direction, screw him. So, let's have a look at this. CD Projekt Red has admitted it didn't consult the Witcher series author Andrzej Sapkowski regarding their decision to make Ciri a Witcher and turn her into the primary protagonist of The Witcher 4. In a recent interview with Eurogamer, The Witcher 4 game director Sebastian Kalamba, I have no idea how you pronounce it, I think it's Kalamba, yeah. And narrative director Philip Weber made it abundantly clear that the direction they're taking with Ciri's character is not only controversial, but also seemingly unsupported by Andrzej Sapkowski, the original author of the Witcher saga. When asked directly about Sapkowski's involvement in The Witcher 4, Kalembe, I think is actually how you pronounce it, I'm probably butchering all these names, admitted that the man who created Geralt of Rivia and Ciri had no involvement in the project whatsoever. This is what he said. Actually, he's hands off. But he's not involved in the form of a consultant or whatever. We have a great relationship with him, so we met with Andrzej from time to time discussing things. Despite this claim of great relationship, the team's decision to fully transform Ciri into a Witcher stands at odds with established lore. The debate centers around whether Ciri can or should undergo the trial of the grasses, the brutal alchemical process that creates a Witcher. Traditionally, no woman has ever survived this trial, and the very notion that Ciri could casually achieve this feat flies in the face of the franchise's fundamental logic. In the books, women do not become witchers, not because they lack aptitude, but because the gruesome genetic alterations that define witcherhood simply don't allow it. This is a long-standing point of canon that fans have come to expect and respect. Yet, Weber admits to defend the choice by pointing to ambiguous textual moments. This is what he says now. In the books, Adrian called Ciri a witcher multiple times, and Geralt called Ciri a witcher, he said, and he was failing to reach the straws he was grasping at by making that statement. And he also said, so I think that basically says that Andrzej thinks about the topic. Okay, there's a big difference between them referring to her as a witcher as opposed to her actually being a witcher. There's a very, very big difference. So it continues saying, but this argument overlooks the contextual meaning behind those references. Being affectionately or symbolically called a witcher is not the same as surviving the trial of the grasses and being physically transformed into one. The difference between a term, an endearment or informal title, and the actual lore backing metamorphosis is massive and has always been crystal clear to anyone familiar with the series. So you can see, like, and the article goes on and on, you can actually see the rest of it at that park place if you want to have a look. But yeah, this is the thing. It's not just the case that they went, oh, we're just getting rid of Geralt for the game and we're making Ciri now the Witcher. It's the fact that every fan pointed out, but hang on, she can't survive the trials. No woman can. How can you all of a sudden just go, oh, we're just going to do this because why wouldn't we? It's a ridiculous idea. It's a ridiculous path to go down. Again, I think the game probably would have worked better. Not necessarily it would be greater, but I think it would be more accepted to fans of the franchise if you got to play both as Geralt and Ciri, where you could interchange between the two. Or maybe even have one of those where you can play as Geralt for the whole campaign and then do a different campaign where you're Ciri. Either way, they're breaking the lore, and that's one of the biggest problems that they have going in. Not to mention that it's now come out that CD Red Project's lore designer apparently voiced his desire to assault gamers. So we'll have a look at this part. So CD Projekt Red franchise and lore designer Kyan Mayer, I think is how you say his name, recently came under intense scrutiny for a series of inflammatory remarks directed toward the gaming community, including what appears to be a voiced desire to physically accost them. Transitioning from a career in gaming journalism to a high-level position at one of the industry's leading AAA developers, Mayer's statements have ignited significant debate about the relationship between game developers and their audience. So it just constantly goes again that they don't know their audience and they just want to attack everybody who, you know, wants to actually play and enjoy these games. We're seeing it now as well with Naughty Dog and their new game that the actress has decided, oh, I'm going to attack the fans, because you know what, it goes so well, doesn't it? I'll probably do a video on that after Christmas, but it's ridiculous at this stage. Like, just keep your mouth shut. Recognize who you're making these things for. You can't sell all your garbage to customers if there's no customers. The people you're trying to impress and the people you're trying to be friends with and stuff, in terms of, oh, we want to get in with these groups, they don't buy your stuff. So to do it, it's just ridiculous. And then to actually turn around and go, you know what, we're just not even going to speak to the actual creator of this franchise about the idea of, we're going to get rid of Geralt and we're going to make Ciri not just the lead, but a fully pledged Witcher, including going and surviving the trials. It's a bold strategy, and I don't think it's going to pay off for them. Only time will tell, and we're probably going to be waiting a while for this game, but knowing CD Projekt Red, they're going to stand their ground and they're not going to change their mind about this. So we'll wait and see what comes of this. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.